On July 10, 2023, in Kullu, India, relentless torrential rains unleashed a devastating flood that revealed the unstoppable force of nature. Rivers swelled far beyond their critical levels, transforming into raging torrents. In moments, the violent waters tore through the landscape, sweeping away entire houses as if they were nothing more than fragile paper structures, reducing them to ruins within seconds. On March 31, 2019, guide Stefan Mantler captured a breathtaking and terrifying moment in Iceland, when a massive section of a glacier suddenly collapsed into the water, sending powerful shockwaves through the surrounding area. Following the release of the footage, Mantler clarified that the tourists seen rushing in panic toward the shore had actually been Zaranya instructed to evacuate the danger zone in case of such an event, ensuring their safety. Fast forward to 2023. On the island of Phuket, Thailand, a sudden and violent storm transformed what was supposed to be an exciting high-speed boat ride into a terrifying ordeal for tourists, as raging waters and extreme weather conditions turned the sea into chaos. This video serves as a powerful reminder of just how dangerous it can be to be out on the water, or even traveling by road, during thunderstorms and severe storms. At one point, a driver in Turkey was forced to pull over as the sky suddenly darkened, overtaken by a massive storm accompanied by heavy hail. The situation escalated so quickly that visibility dropped and conditions became extremely hazardous. Thanks to these recorded moments, we don't even have to imagine how intense it was. We can see the raw force of nature unfolding in real time. Huge chunks of ice slammed down onto the cars, leaving deep dents and shattering windshields. Fortunately, the vehicles themselves can be repaired or replaced, but the impact was still severe. Now imagine what it would be like to face hail like this on foot, with no protection at all. And this footage is also a reminder that even fog, yes, you heard that right, can sometimes become dangerous and destructive under extreme weather conditions. The National Meteorological Service in New Orleans reported that visibility in certain areas above the lake, including the bridge, dropped to just half a kilometer. Under such extreme conditions, it's hardly surprising that a chain reaction of 6 major accidents occurred. Fortunately, the consequences were relatively mild. All injuries were minor, and no fatalities were reported. This is a clear reminder that Mother Nature does not forgive even the smallest mistakes. In Japan, an entire settlement faced one of the most powerful natural forces imaginable. Buildings that once looked strong and stable were reduced to nothing when the disaster struck. In moments like these, no structure, no matter how solid it seems, can stand against the sheer power of nature. The power of nature is something that cannot truly be fought, only endured or escaped when possible.
Watch out, someone's coming in hot.
Earthquakes, in particular, can last anywhere from just a few seconds to a minute, yet in that short time they are capable of destroying everything on the surface. Even a relatively moderate quake, like the magnitude 5 tremor that struck Japan on February 13, 2021, was enough to disturb the peace, not only for people, but for our younger, more vulnerable companions as well. It's truly astonishing how, in just a matter of seconds, an entire slope can collapse, something that was expected to remain stable for centuries. This incident took place in India on June 30, 2024, along a road near the village of Patarniki in the Kishtwar region. Throughout the night, steady rainfall soaked the area, making the soil increasingly heavy and significantly reducing friction. As a result, the once stable slope gave way in a sudden and dramatic landslide. Authorities were forced to bring in heavy equipment to clear a vital roadway after the disaster. Fortunately, the damage was managed efficiently, and the infrastructure was restored relatively quickly. In a separate event, eyewitnesses captured a powerful tornado tearing through the area near Dodge City, in the state of Kansas, USA, showcasing once again the raw and unpredictable force of nature. A massive funnel of destruction spins with unimaginable force, consuming everything in its path. During a powerful typhoon in northern China, raging storm waters nearly swallowed this ship whole, forcing it to tilt violently as waves battered its sides. The scene is so intense that even watching it feels breathtaking, nature at its most uncontrollable and overwhelming. The tension is so intense that you can feel it even through the screen. September 16, 2023, Yuan. A passerby managed to capture the moment when the restless waves grew increasingly aggressive, crashing harder and harder against the shore, until they completely overwhelmed the coastline, nearly swallowing a car in their path. Scenes like these look like something straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster. In another moment of pure unpredictability, a small avalanche suddenly rushed down the slope, narrowly missing a snowboarder in its path. Just look at the speed at which the snow, mixed with fragments of ice, rushes down the slope, almost as if it's trying to chase the snowboarder. Fortunately, the slope wasn't extremely steep, and the rider managed to stay ahead, escaping the danger by a narrow margin. But it leaves you wondering, what if conditions had been slightly different? Nature doesn't need much to turn a close call into something far more serious. This avalanche occurred in the Prilbrusi region on March 24, 2018, and it's likely that without this fence acting as a barrier, the force of nature could have swept through and caused severe destruction to a large part of the village. Watching these scenes, it's impossible not to feel both admiration and a sense of unease, reminded once again of how unpredictable and overwhelmingly powerful nature can be. The quiet town of Scotts Valley, located just a 30-minute drive from Silicon Valley and about 10 kilometers from Santa Cruz, was struck by a powerful tornado. What made it even more shocking was how sudden it was. Even meteorologists didn't anticipate it in time, and residents received no warning before the disaster unfolded. It's terrifying to imagine what it must have felt like for those caught outside in the open, directly in the path of the storm, as the full force of nature tore through the streets. These scenes make one thing very clear. Even with all of humanity's most advanced inventions, we are still just a small part of nature's vast and powerful kingdom. In 2021, several significant storms were recorded, including the tropical storm Joba. According to some reports, wind speeds reached up to 75 kilometers per hour, with gusts climbing as high as 100 kilometers per hour. Once again, it was a reminder of just how overwhelming and uncontrollable nature can become when it shows its full strength. Village in the French Alps. Sudden, heavy rainfall triggered a fast-moving surge of water that rushed down the mountainside, carrying with it stones, rocks, and layers of grass torn from the slope. Watching this unfold, it becomes clear just how important it is to respect nature and the uncontrollable forces it can unleash without warning. After all, no one would want to find themselves at the foot of a slope during such a violent outburst of nature. On June 24, 2021, a powerful tornado struck the southeastern part of the Czech Republic, leading to devastating consequences. Entire homes were destroyed or severely damaged, leaving hundreds of people without shelter in its aftermath. In addition, more than 40,000 households were left without electricity, and around 2,000 buildings sustained damage.
Лавина большая, очень большая. Ёлки-палки. О, блин, на сковородке народ. Ай-яй-яй. Блин, мимо бы прошла. Короче, и там еще народ. Сейчас пулевая лавина до нас еще дойдет. Ну все, выжидаем теперь.
This footage is already frightening from the very first seconds, but what you're seeing is only the beginning. The full destructive power of the storm is about to unfold in just moments, revealing the true force of the hurricane in all its intensity. Merciless gusts of wind rip roofs apart, snap trees in half, and overturn cars with ease. Everything that once seemed strong and stable is reduced to rubble in an instant. Have you ever been caught in a hailstorm? If so, you'll likely feel every bit of that intensity watching this footage unfold. Giant hailstones, literally the size of tangerines, pounded a small city in the United States, turning the sky into a barrage of ice. Nature spares no one, not even luxury cars. A Lamborghini was seriously damaged in the storm, a striking reminder that even the most expensive machines are powerless against extreme weather. It's a harsh and unfortunate sight, showing once again how unpredictable and unforgiving nature can be. But the most important thing is that no one was injured. In that sense, the car owner can still consider himself lucky. On December 9, 2024, the Canlaon volcano in the Philippines erupted, sending ash and volcanic material into the sky and reminding everyone once again of the raw power of the earth beneath our feet. This is one of the most active volcanoes in the country. The giant mountain sent a towering column of ash into the sky, followed by bursts of scorching ash mixed with rock and debris. Within just a few days, experts recorded 6 volcanic earthquakes in the region, a clear sign of continuing instability beneath the surface. Lightning in Mecca cut the sky into pieces for several minutes in a row, and suddenly struck right into the spire of the Royal Tower of Abraj al-Bayt. Frightening and hypnotizing spectacle.
Okay.
In the world, that's what we doing.
May God protect us.
Amen. And like it's clear everything. Like,
So everything is closed?
Yeah.
Ah,
turn your lights on to see.
what? C'est pourquoi une voiture ne dérape pas.
A terrible storm near the city of Niamey in Western Africa. Addabba, 2022. The storm once again revealed the true extent of nature's power, and this is the aftermath. The wind is howling, and powerful tree branches snap like matches under the pressure of the storm. Shocking footage. Flooding at the Perez de Leon Hospital in Venezuela shows just how quickly heavy rainfall can overwhelm even critical infrastructure. Water rushes through the area with unstoppable force, turning familiar places into chaotic scenes within moments.
У нас, короче, что какой-то вообще мега ветер. А наш мусор перекинул. Вообще очень сильный ветер. Это, короче, все в песке.
18, 2020, a powerful hurricane struck a city caught completely in the open. Violent gusts ripped roofs apart, uprooted trees with their roots, and turned entire streets into zones of destruction. In extreme weather like this, there is only one crucial rule: never go outside. Nature's force in moments like these leaves no room for mistakes. An alarming yet mesmerizing moment captured just before a potential tsunami, straight from Hawaii. The footage is both fascinating and unsettling, showing how quickly nature can shift into something dangerous. And in a separate event, several years ago in Malaysia, a powerful landslide was recorded on camera, capturing the sudden collapse of terrain as earth and debris rushed downhill with overwhelming force. From rain to flood, it's never just a single step, and sometimes even hours or a full day aren't enough for a city to prepare for an overwhelming amount of rainfall. As a result, the consequences of this flooding can be seen in the footage you're watching now. Residents of this German town were left dealing with the aftermath for many days. Sudden runoff from nearby fields triggered the flooding, quickly overwhelming the area and submerging the village under rising water. This epic spectacle is a powerful reminder of how quickly nature's force can change everything in a matter of seconds. These archival scenes are as dramatic and intense as any blockbuster film, showcasing reality that needs no special effects. This footage comes from the Chamonix Mont Blanc resort in France, where nature reveals both its beauty and its overwhelming power. This footage was captured during an expedition as a group attempted to cross a dangerous section of a mountain, when several massive rocks suddenly broke loose from above. If you ever plan to conquer the mountains, remember this: they are unpredictable, and you must always be ready to react in an instant.
They look okay. They look okay. That was close.
Серега, закрой дверь.
On the night of July 11th to July 12th, 2011, a section of rock collapsed over the Kirov mine, once again showing how unstable and powerful mountainous terrain can be when least expected. This is how it usually happens. In a single moment, part of the rock face suddenly breaks away and disappears into a massive cloud of dust, collapsing without warning. Eyewitnesses reported that during the event, the ground vibrated as if a powerful explosion had gone off nearby, highlighting just how intense and violent the collapse really was. The village of Napin on the island of Timor. The height of the rushing flow is estimated at around 1.5 meters, yet its force is anything but small. Water mixed with mud and debris surges forward with such power that it almost feels as if the earth itself has been torn open by an explosion.
Чуть что упало. Все, видишь что? Пошел. Все, дом. Он поплыл. Ты посмотри, что, Сережа. Ё-моё.
On May 6, 2012, the city of Tsukuba in eastern Japan experienced its first recorded destructive tornado. Just look at how fast this furious, almost hungry whirlwind moved through the area, leaving little time for reaction. In the aftermath, authorities strengthened warning systems and improved emergency preparedness to better respond to such extreme natural events.
こっち来たら、こっち来てるから、こっち来てるから、完全に来てる。
And in another similar incident in 2013, powerful winds lifted dust, dirt, and debris high into the air, turning the environment into a chaotic storm of flying particles.
Nem. Fú, hallod.
The elements showed no mercy to the buildings. Roofs were torn apart, windows shattered, and many structures were severely damaged. In the aftermath, city services worked for a long time to clear the destruction and restore normal life after the disaster. If this video made you reflect on the power of nature, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next real-life moments from around the world.